Sir, can you please tell us, what is the business model?
And Cedaar Textile itself started in 2020, and from there our journey has started. Our ratio, like 65% we are selling locally and 35% into the export market.
Now let us understand what is the overall opportunity both in the domestic market as well as the international market.
We are not planning to increase more for export. It will be like 35 to 40% only. In our overall company, the 50% is cotton and 50% is mix of different fiber like polyester, like viscose, like acrylic, recycled polyester, which is pack bottle for the sustainable, and also sometime nylon, sometime this wool, modal.
Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash Gorakshakar, and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Konexio HighFlyers. Friends, as all of you are aware, these episodes help us understand emerging companies from emerging sectors, and we make it a point to talk to the promoters and the top managements of such companies. And this helps us in getting a lot of valuable information about the company's business, its growth journey, and its future growth plans. And friends, today we are going to talk to you about another interesting company which is going to go public very soon. The company's name is Cedaar Textiles Limited, and I have the privilege of having the managing director of the company, Mr. Rajesh Mittal.
Thank you for this interview and this discussion.
Yeah, we also have Miss Isha, who is the finance head of the company.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, madam, thank you for you also for spending your valuable time. So Rajesh
Thank you,
ji,
sir.
I'm pretty confident that in this small interview we'll be able to understand your company's operations in a much better way. Without wasting time, question will be very elementary. Sir, can you please tell us, what is the business model? Although we know that you all are into textiles, sir, what are the segments which you operate in, first of all? And secondly, sir, what is our positioning in the domestic market, for our company? And sir, if you could also tell us something about your business journey. Was it a first generation enterprise from your side, or whether, this was started by your father and then you took over? So if you could please, add some color and tell us something about the journey also.
Yeah, Avinash, okay, let me start with my journey. It is like a first generation. My father is not in this business. He was actually working like in a private company. So I started my journey in 95 after completion of my graduation in computers and post graduation in international marketing. So I started with a one big company like Vardhaman Textile, which is like a $1 billion company now. So I have a initial 9 years work with them in domestic and international marketing, and after that I moved abroad in Hong Kong and Bangladesh, and we started our own business of trading of yarns and fabrics. And from there we have exposure to our garments customer, and also into Bangladesh and other countries, and that way we have built up some good relation with our customer who are making the garments, and also some brands which are working for them. And in 2018, we moved back, and we have entered into this manufacturing, and we have bought some asset, which is like a production facility from another Kothari group, and we started our journey in manufacturing in 2020. And Cedaar Textile itself started in 2020, and from there our journey has started. And our production base is near Ludhiana, around 30 kilometers outside Ludhiana. We have the 48 acre of campus where we have the production facility, also warehousing and the residential complex for the worker and the staff together. And this factory, we are basically having the production of the yarn. And in yarn, we have there are two parts in the yarn. One is the spinning and one is the dyeing. So we have doing the spinning and the dyeing in this factory at this moment, and we are producing approximately 11,000 metric ton of yarn in a year, which is more on the the dyed that and fancy and Milan segment, and also some new value addition yarns into the technical textile. And further, we are pouring into the fabrics, and going forward also moving into the the garment production for B2B and some the brand in the athleisurewear. So this way is the journey of Cedar starting.
Okay. So I think very nicely mentioned by you, Rajeshji. Rajeshji, now you mentioned about you make the spinning and the dyeing, these kind of activities you do for the yarn business. Sir, tell us one thing, which are the end user segments? Are these companies which are into value added fabrics, which you supply the yarn? बेसिकली ये प्रोडक्ट आप कहाँ पे सप्लाई करते हो?
Our ratio, like 65% we are selling locally and 35% into the export market. Mostly it is going into the countries or to the customer who are basically converting into the garment, because we are not directly is a brand now in the garment. So like the major producing countries like garment in the export is like Bangladesh, Vietnam, Egypt, Turkey, Morocco, Portugal, Peru, Sri Lanka. So our yarn also going into these countries as far as export is concerned. In the domestic market, we are catering to some corporate customer and also to our domestic market in like the north part, also in the eastern part in Calcutta and some part in the south. So that way, our geography is there, but it is all our yarns are on customized basis. Like we are doing most of the products like based on the order from the customer, and also we are making the fashion and novelty yarns based on their development and based on their based on their particular fashion and design and colors.
Oh, no, no, I think I understood. So basically, please correct me if I'm wrong, Rajesh ji. इसका मतलब basically we are doing a fair amount of customization for our customer. जैसे customer का requirement आता है, उसके हिसाब से आप उसको yarn produce करते हो, right?
Yeah, most of our products are like that. We are mostly doing on the customer customized product.
Okay. And sir, now let us understand what is the overall opportunity both in the domestic market as well as the international market. You said that some part of the yarn is exported, some of it is locally consumed. Sir, हमारे लिए in the next say 3 to 5 years, for our kind of product, what we are currently doing, sir, what is the addressable market? कितना बड़ा market हमारे लिए हो सकता है? And how are we planning to capitalize on this growth?
With 35% export, we are thinking in future also in the yarn category. We are not planning to increase more for export. It will be like 35 to 40% only. 60% it will go into the domestic market where the domestic demand also increasing. Our local market is approximately 160 billion dollar, and which is also you can say the 140 crore population and the disposable income with the customers and the fashion fast changing into the Indian market. So we are looking the good opportunity in the local market, and we are also putting ourselves into that direction and making our products more value added and into that category which can cater to the the garmenters in the local market. But we are also changing our foray into the upper vertical line. Like we are going into the fabrics, which will also be supplied to the garment, and we are also going for the garment production and the garment acquisition company who will supply to the B2B to the the big brands like Mark and Spencer or Decathlon or Jockey. So that way we are also going forward into that direction.
Okay. Sir, हमारा जो main raw material है राजेश जी, what is our main raw material? Is it cotton or polyester? Sir, what is the kind of mix if you could tell us?
Yeah, our in our overall company, the 50% is cotton and 50% is mix of different fiber like polyester, like viscose, like acrylic, recycled polyester, which is PET bottle for the sustainable, and also sometime nylon, sometime this wool, modal. So it's all based on the customer requirement. We are basically making different products. So our ratio is like 50-50, 50% cotton and rest of things are 50%.
Okay. No, understood. Rajesh ji, now tell me one thing, like when we get any new order from a customer or existing order जब हम cater करते हैं, तो सर हमारा pricing कैसे होता है? Like, is it based on relationship or is it based on a pure cost plus margin kind of approach? Or depending on the size of the order, the pricing is finally decided. Sir, how is our pricing strategy decided for all the customers? Sir, इसके बारे में बताइए.
देखो normal procedure of pricing is based on the cost plus margin. Obviously, we have to secure our EBITDA, we have to secure our the profitability. So always this is cost plus margin. But in the meantime, we are also reducing our cost by we are moving toward the green energy. Last year we have put up 2 megawatt of solar plant, which is approximately 14% of our energy consumption is reducing and the cost is reducing. And in future also we are putting another 2 megawatt. So this will this will further reduce our the energy cost. But the model is same as this you rightly said. It is always cost plus margin. It cannot be. Sometimes we are under pressure, of course, the market situation, demand and supply. But that's why we are moving towards the customized products and differentiated product where everybody is not having the foray. And that's why also moving into the final value added product where you will be having backward, the margins you can impact in with your, with the company. So that is our, the vision to, the integrate the different segment to make it a value chain and which give a overall valuation to the company.
Okay. Rajesh, one question which I wanted to ask you is that what is the kind of repeat business which we get? Like हम इतने customers को cater करते हैं, तो मोटा मोटी सर repeat business हमारे लिए कितना होगा?
बहुत हमारा मेजर बिजनेस रिपीट से आता है क्योंकि कस्टमर बेस सेम है और उन्हीं कस्टमर से रिपीटेड ऑर्डर रिपीटेड न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स आते हैं बिकॉज इट्स स्टिल मोर ऑन द द इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट which is made for the garment. So obviously our customer base is 60-70% is repeating.
Okay. Okay. No, I think very nice to hear Rajesh ji because that shows the quality and credibility you enjoy in the market. तो सर बहुत अच्छी बात है. Sir, अभी let's keep the financials aside for some time. I want to understand, sir. We have now managed to get such a large part of our business comes from repeat business, so customers are very happy about our quality of product. Sir, what kind of value add do we give to the customer? Sir, हमारी quality दूसरों से अच्छी है या execution अच्छा है या टाइम पे हम प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई करते हैं ऐसे दो तीन चीजें सर इफ यू कैन गिव अस सम 2-3 क्वालिटेटिव पॉइंट्स टू से दैट वी आर डूइंग अ स्लाइटली बेटर जॉब देन अदर पीपल इन द सेम इंडस्ट्री.
The flexibility with us in our plant, we can make 8 to 10 products in our factory at one time. But the other factories who are making this type of product, maybe they are very, very large than us. We are not very large, but we are a small factory like a boutique factory. And our boutique factory can make multiple products at one time, which is not possible in other factory on our scale of company. So that is our basically flexibility, and that flexibility give us to give a better lead time and better flexibility to the customer that even the smaller MEQ we can take, and that give the confidence to the customer, and that way the customer is always with us, that which is not possible in a factory like our scale. It is otherwise possible in a bigger factory, very large factory. So that is the basically our the our strength, and also the personalized the relation with the customer on day to day contact, and also the the good quality service that has to be given where there is no compromise. So obviously all these factors play a very vital role in all your business growth and the repeat orders.
So, well, I think very nicely mentioned by you, Rajesh ji. Rajesh ji, now let's come to the financials. I was seeing a very strong kind of performance in FY24. We generated a revenue of almost 190 crores from 130 crores. Sir, profit after tax भी आपका 11 crores है जो पिछले साल 4.59 crores था. तो राजेश जी मुझे बताइए what was the main reason for such a sharp increase? Top line went up, of course, very nicely, but profitability has more or less almost doubled. Sir, इसकी क्या वजह थी? Was volume growth better? Was realization better? What was the key reasons for this
I
improvement?
think Isha, maybe you can give this answer. If yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, madam.
So basically, in 23 and 24 financial year, we added value-added products in our sales, which will increase our EBITDA to 11.03 and our sales from 160 CR to 190 CR. It will become highly beneficial to us in sales realization. That we focus on our technical yarn, our dyed yarn, which will
Okay.
increase our sales.
So basically, you mean the value growth was much higher than the volume growth. Is it right, madam?
Yes, value growth is much higher than the quantity growth. Yes, volume growth is approximately 22%, and we will achieve 30 to 35% in terms of value growth.
Okay. Understood. Madam, now one more question I want to ask. I was just seeing your prospectus from the data presented. Our employee cost has come down and our revenue has gone up. Now, what is the reason for this? I mean, is it because the top line, as you rightly mentioned, consisted of value-added fabrics, so that was more or less automated. तो सर ये मैडम ये एम्प्लॉय कॉस्ट कैसे कम हो गया इसके बारे में बताइए.
Basically, we reduce our manual procedure. We shift to the upgradation. We transfer to the updated procedure. We change our production process. We remove our steps. That's why we able to achieve our less financial, less labor cost.
yeah. Let me add one thing here. We have the the ERP. So ERP has reduced the duplication of data and the duplication of work, where we are able to reduce and optimize on our workforce.
Okay, okay, understood. So basically, what I can understand, please correct me if I'm wrong, that going forward also the employee cost will not rise significantly. Is it right?
Yes. We are focusing on that. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And madam, one more question which I wanted to ask you. Interest cost, of course, have gone up because your borrowings have also gone up. But I was just seeing, your bank charges have come down from 3 crores to 1 crores. Now, what was the benefit you got from the banks? Because normally interest cost तो बढ़ गया है, but bank charges घटने का reason क्या है?
Basically, we are working in 2023. We are entering in the forward contracts. We are basically entered forward contracts for our export. But in 24, this amount is very minimum amount, very minimal amount, like 1 crore only. That's how
So,
we reduce our bank charges.
so understood. And most importantly, जो increased borrowing आ गए हैं, whatever increased borrowing we have taken on the balance sheet, what is the average
Yes.
cost of interest we are paying on these loans?
It's between 9 to 9.05. It's approx 9%.
So, understood. राजेश जी, if you could tell us now what is the present order book, sir? Order book हमारी as of date कितनी होगी और ये कब तक खत्म होने की प्लानिंग है?
Normally, we carry 2 to 3 months of order book because in our business it is not very long term contracts. It's always a continue contract of 2 to 3 months. Always we carry the the our order book.
Okay, so basically it's a running kind of business. Orders आते रहते
Yeah,
हैं,
it's
so
a
it is
running
not.
kind of business. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Rajesh, now the most important question for today's interview is that we are planning to go public. If you could tell us, what is the size of the capital market offering, how much money you are raising from the public, and what is the main objective of raising this money?
Actually, the fund is being raised on the 200 crore valuation, and we are liquidating 31%, approximately 62 crore. Maybe the this issue size is coming, and this fund will be used for the expansion of the dyeing and the fabric dyeing capacity, and some part in the solar installation further by 2 megawatt. And because we are going into the fabric, so we need some working capital more. So some part will be used in the working capital. So this is will increase our overall capacities and the overall, the growth into the company.
Okay, okay, understood. Madam, in our business, what is the normal working capital cycle? Right from the time you get the order, you execute it to the client, then the client pays the money. So, in how much time does the cash flow actually come back to the company? So, working capital cycle, what is our normal time frame like?
It's around 3.5 to 4 months in which we
So,
will receive our payments from the market, right?
basically 2.5 to 3 months में पैसा वापस आता है.
Three
Right.
months, right?
Last question, Rajesh.
But let me add you. Yeah, let me add you one thing here. Maybe we are because we are exporting to Bangladesh. So in the recent months, our working capital cycle is getting little higher because the bank discounting from India and also the payments from Bangladesh and the deferrals is increasing our working capital cycle for the timing, and we feel it will take a little higher working capital cycle at the time.
So, understood. Rajesh ji, now last question for today, which is very important. Sir, we have seen many cycles. You have started this business from scratch. Sir, tell me one thing. What is the most important risk in our business? हमारे धंधे में सबसे बड़ा risk क्या है? Is it raw material prices? Is it execution of orders? Sir, what is the most important risk in our business? और आपने उसको कैसे अभी तक manage किया?
Daji, mostly the raw material fluctuations is a big challenge in India. That is also mostly in the cotton and some part in the other raw material when the crude oil and other things move very sharply because of the geopolitical issue. I have seen in last like 30 years, 3 or 4 times the cotton cycle has moved, very much fluctuations. For rest of the time, it is not much. It is also demand and supply. So we always envisage this thing, and we always take care on these part because we also covering 3 4 months of cotton in the whenever the time required, and accordingly managing the thing because of long time in the industry. So it is not a great challenge for us. We are still with our expertise and our know-how able to manage it.
So I think so. I can understand one aspect very clearly, Rajesh ji, that the runway for growth is very strong. And except this risk factor that is raw material, I think opportunity for us to grow in the next 3 to 5 years is very very solid. So I hope my thinking is right, Rajesh ji.
Yeah. And as I explained you, we are pouring into the forward integration in the fabrics and for the garment. So we are hopeful that we will have a better growth in coming days, and we will give the real, increase the value of our shareholders.
So fine. I think very nice to talk to both of you, Rajesh ji and Isha ji. Please accept my best wishes to you, your entire management team, and sir, please accept my best wishes for the public issue also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So nice of you. Thank you. Thanks for your wishes.